family, money, this a triple threat. Really started with nothing, had to manifest. If you don't know your worth, they gon' give you less. Why they envy me? Cause I'm the best. MVP. My legacy is how they remember me. And I know success.
And welcome back to another episode of the Triple Threat Podcast. We got a special one today. I am one of your hosts, Vic Gurley, aka MVP Vic.
It's your boy Chris Bruce, aka Detroit Mogul.
And it's your boy Brian Keys, aka BK609.
All right, so today we talking about dating.
I'm drinking my water.
Oh, touchy subject. So I started off.
Hey, y'all watching this? Listen, we gotta talk about this. He has been waiting to drop this episode for a while. To talk about this for a long time.
Have y'all ever seen this man smile this big?
I think he was more excited about this than the freaking Airbnb.
He about to tell y'all about yourselves, lady. I hope y'all ready, ladies. I hope y'all ready.
Right.
All right, so my little 2 cents here.
Mm-hmm.
So dating an entrepreneur. Most females want a dude that's a boss, hustler, getting money,
right?
Doing this thing, well respected. But what I feel like is a lot of women don't know how to handle what comes with that.
Yeah. You know why? Because I'm gonna speak for the ladies. I think this is the reason why. Women may be that when they want dudes with money, they may be conditioned with street dudes that get money.
Mm-hmm.
They might be conditioned with maybe even possibly an athlete. It's different for us.
Dudes that don't have expectations, they just want you to look pretty.
It's different for us, right? Because though they may invest their time and money and little stuff like that, it's not invested like how we gotta invest our time and money. And, we may invest something that we might not get an immediate return. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of ups and downs. Not saying they don't either, but our mindset is still somewhat different. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And our money may not come as fast as heavy as theirs do also, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they'll come and think, well, he's an entrepreneur. So his money come in just as fast as a dude that sell dope. He rich. He can afford to take me to Louis Vuitton or Christian Dior and buy me this and that. And that's the mindset some women have. You know what I'm saying? From what I've saw anyway.
See, I think the biggest thing or what I've struggled with relationship wise anyway is time.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's tends to be the biggest thing. Like they want time. They want your time. So I find it difficult to be in a successful relationship with a woman that doesn't have like her own thing going on, because then she wants to be up under me. I run multiple businesses. I don't have time to, always just be catering to you and, you don't have nothing to do. So now you just following behind me like a lost puppy. Like, so I need you to have like, something, a project. If you want to help me manage one of my businesses, you could do that. But I think that's the biggest challenge for me anyway, is having them understand the balance between the hustle and then the relationship.
Right. Yeah, because most women want attention and time, right? So, I mean, of course. I'm going to challenge you on something.
Okay.
In a minute. But I want to hear from you, Brian.
Brian ain't saying shit.
No, I want to hear from you because I know what type of women that Vic is looking for to be his match, right?
Gotcha.
For you, does she have to have something going on? Does she have to be an entrepreneur?
I wouldn't say she has to be an entrepreneur. I wouldn't say you have to have something going on, but you have to be able to have something going on, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Mindset wise.
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay.
Like a lot of women just want to be taken care of. And that's okay. I get that. But if I'm taking care of you, you need to be taking care of me in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be cooking, cleaning, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
They gon' they gonna get on you about that.
Get on me. Get on me.
Hey, traditional women.
Get
That's
on
it.
me. Yeah, if you chilling, like, do something for me. Help me out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you see me rushing to get to a meeting and I'm running late and I'm in the shower, help me out. Iron my shirt for me.
Right.
Do something for me. Don't just lay there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
It's sitting pretty. You don't want no trophy. wife.
Yeah.
You gotta provide something more than just beauty.
Bring something.
I
Bring
get it.
something to the table.
No, I get it. So I like it because it's two dynamics. I know Vic pretty much wants. It's never gonna be equal, but he wants somebody that ambitious, that has maybe some ideas, if not a business already going.
Right.
Because you can come in and literally lift that person up and get them popping.
Right. And the big thing that I think about is like, okay, if we get to the level like we're serious to where like we're talking about having kids together, I want to be comfortable knowing that if something was to happen to me, you can carry on or, maintain that same lifestyle. I mean, yeah, you're going to be set up, but if you don't know how to run the business, if you don't know how to handle the finances, then it's not going to last.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean by I don't need you to be able to have your own business, this, that, and the other.
Right.
I said you need to be able to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like if something pop off, I'm like, damn, business is jacked up right now for the month. I'm in the hole.
Right.
It's looking like this about to flop.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't be looking at me like, oh, what is we gonna do?
It's like Gucci Mane's wife, right? He got locked up.
Yeah.
She took over, took that money, flipped it. My man came out of jail, had a bag waiting for him. It's like he never left.
Right.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And it's not, I mean, she started her own, she has her own business.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be your own business. It's more of having that business mentality. Like, okay, if something happens to him, if he has to step away or if something happens, then can you pick up the slack?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, because I've had that. So I've been able to experience having that as well as having something that doesn't have it. I don't have a specific, like I want them to have certain going. I don't have that anymore. I used to the same way, like they have to. But there's always a plus and minus, right? So the plus is like you said, financially somebody's going to be able to pick up where you left off if you fell off, whatever the case may be, it's cool. But you got to understand that running the business, how masculine energy you got to be in. You got to be a shark. It's to be eaten out here, right?
Right.
Because clients or whoever you're dealing with customers, if you're not strong, you're going to get, ate up with the wolves, right? So a woman that has to go into that dynamic has to bring on a lot of masculine energy. Not everybody's going to know how to transition from masculine energy back to being submissive to you. That's where the issue comes in with having somebody like that. They end up being someone like you. And you got to understand, or ask yourself, would you date yourself? Would you want somebody with some of the same exact qualities? A lot of times we go to women to have something different, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not that it can't happen. You can't find that, but the balance of that will be challenged. That's why a lot of times men will be, they, like we were talking with our homegirl the other day, they'll look at a woman like that and they get like they're a little like
intimidated.
I don't. They nervous.
Yeah.
They nervous to mess with somebody that's a boss, that's a woman, because they're intimidated because, they're like, oh man, like she comes, like again, a lot of masculine energy, powerful, whatever, and you can't run it fast with no joint like that.
Right. So they keep you on your toes.
They do. So it's good. You just know and understand you got to deal with that. It's great. It's great.
Because that makes, you know what I mean? Like let's say you make it $1 million a year.
Yeah.
And you come across somebody that's making $250.
Right.
I mean, either way, it's more money. So life is better.
It's good. But here's the thing. The cooking and cleaning that you said you wanted them to do.
That's different though. At that point, y'all both get in the back. So you can hire somebody to do the cooking and cleaning. But I'm not trying to be the dude that's out here busting my ass, running my Turo, running my Airbnb, doing my regular job, coming home, walking dogs, cooking, cleaning, all that, like, and all you doing.
Oh yeah. Nah. You can't just be taking my credit card and going to spend.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
kind of like, man, you're not about to use me. Go use this.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's more like what I'm speaking on is like, I don't know if it's just this generation currently. It's like some women have that sense of entitlement. Like, I'm here. But here's,
you know
pretty,
why?
I'm with you.
It is this generation. It is this Instagram stuff where dudes are looking at people's stuff on Instagram and like, oh my God, you so fine. Let me pay your rent. Let me do this for you. Let me do that. And you ain't got to do nothing but show up.
Yeah, right. That's true.
You know, it makes again, it puts women in the mindset of, oh, I am the prize. I am it.
Right.
And that's a problem when you're an entrepreneur because you're looking at it like, yo, I am just as important as you. I am just as much the prize as you, you know, because you running after these, you know, people get it how they got to get it, but you running after these trap dudes or whatever else. At the end of the day, what I'm doing is legit. I don't have to worry about the police kicking in my door. And then what?
Okay. So kind of to piggyback off that. So you basically, we was talking about dudes tricking off on females.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're in a relationship, y'all living together, y'all going strong, bills, how do you handle it?
You know, that's a tough one. I think it all depends on your situation. I think it all depends on your situation.
Though, let's say you make $1 million a year, she making $500,000 a year. Who paying? What's the bills? Who paying what?
Yeah. What's the breakdown?
I mean, for me, I'm the type of person that, like, I look at it like this. I walked into this relationship already having these bills that I have. And I've been paying all this by myself before you came. I'm going to continue to do that. Whatever you choose to add to that equation, cool.
Yeah, makes sense.
Great. Now, a while back, you know, I went to some counseling and I was told that if one person makes more than the other, then what you should do is you should combine the pot and you should divide it up into threes, the us, the me, and the you. That's the correct way to do it. That way no one gets the short end of the stick and no one gets, you know, like, oh, I make less money than you, so I shouldn't, yada, yada. You just split it up that way. That's what I was told back in the day.
So would y'all date somebody that made way more money than y'all?
I would.
Okay.
I would. Because I feel like I'm confident enough in myself as a man to where I could still be the head of that household. I mean, if you make more, if your career or your hustle is more promising, I mean, I'm still gonna have my own thing. Exactly. I'm not about to live off of you.
Yeah.
Right.
But I can support that. I have no problem with that.
Brian? He's like, no, hell no, she's not making more than me.
I think it depends on the woman. Because some women, if they make more money than you slam the door, you slamming doors in my house.
But see, that's the thing. You still gotta have your own money.
Nah,
and you still gotta establish that dominance as a man.
That's true. But some of them, boy.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of it.
You gotta put your foot down.
Yeah, I've heard of it. So, but again, I think that if again that woman has the right head on their shoulders, then it should not be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. But again, I also think that no, you should not sit on your ass and just throw your feet up like, yeah, my baby make all the money. You need to do something.
Yeah.
Or else you need to be ironing her clothes and cooking and cleaning for her.
Pretty much.
What's your take on this, Mr. Bruce?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely date somebody to make more money than me because I believe the value that I have in my head, it may not be more money than in my bank account, but the value that I'm going to bring to the woman regardless, I'm going to be able to level her joint up some more. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give her some different insights that she might not even thought of on some marketing stuff. So me, I would. As far as when it comes to the bills, I'm traditional, man. I'm paying all the bills. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you can contribute, absolutely. But like you said, like I've already been paying this stuff, and I'm a man. I just like to do that myself.
Right.
Regardless if you're making more or whatever, I don't really care about that. Spoil me with other stuff.
Yeah. But I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna act like I've always been in a position when I. Yeah,
everybody ain't never. Yeah, everybody
before it was, hey, you got your hand.
Yeah, of course.
Same but now that I'm good, okay.
Yeah,
let's go.
Nah, exactly. That's before. Like I said, I wasn't that way when my first child, but yeah, I'm that type of way as well. Well, let me ask y'all the question, because I had an opportunity for in my last relationship that the woman, she could have been somebody in my business. Mm-hmm. Before she became an entrepreneur and started her own business, she could have been that for my business in the sense of being the person that would help me lift me. I made conscious decision for 2 reasons that I said, no, I don't want you in my business. 2 reasons. Number 1, I saw what my dad, his wife was running his business, his tax business, and she was a great help. But then when it didn't work out, it just got kind of weird. Mm-hmm. You know, so when I saw that, I was like, I don't know if I ever want a woman that be in my business. But then 2, the reason why is because I saw greatness in this person, and I said it's a disjustice to try to back me up when your own light should be shined on you. Mm-hmm. I was like, your light is too bright to try to be up behind me. You got to be leading on the side, and that's why I pushed her to have her own stuff, because I just felt like it just didn't make no sense. Now, if I came across somebody that actually was like that, then cool. But what's y'all take on that? Would y'all want a woman that y'all dating in the business, knowing your finances, knowing everything about everything?
We would. So for me, the relationship we would have to be like best friends, which is how it's supposed to be.
Agreed.
But it's like now it's not always like that, because we're in the age of instant gratification. So people want relationships right now. You see somebody, I want you to be mine right now. So it's a little tougher with a situation like that. I would probably be a little more hesitant. But if it's something where we're friends, we have that relationship, I feel like I can trust you 100%. I have no problem with you being a part of the business. Controlling all of it, probably not. Like, not controlling all the finances and stuff. Not
necessarily controlling, but just saying like they know the finances. They know the business brought in $120,000 a month. They know when it was only $40,000 a month. So that's what I'm saying.
I think they could. I think they could know. I also have multiple too, so I have money coming from different ways. I think they could know. You just got to understand, like, all right, we got to have a plan for this money.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, you know, man, I'm a certified lover boy. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if I'm involved with somebody and it's somebody that I'm really like vibing with, I want you to be part of everything I do.
Gotcha.
Everything. So, but I think the other side of it is learning who that person is when things go wrong.
Right.
Seeing who that person is and how they handle you when there's fights, when there's arguments. If they still handle those fights and arguments with love, they still care about you, then I think it shows you a little bit of who they can be business-wise if things go wrong.
Right.
Now, if there's somebody when you break up and they're walking out and throwing stuff at you and bugging, then that's the same way it's going to be when things go wrong with that, relationship in the business end.
Facts.
But if that person still cares about your well-being when things go wrong in your relationship, and they're like, again, they're still, small example, they're still willing to cook and bring you a plate of food, even though y'all just had this mean argument about whatever. I think it comes down to stuff like that. You got to be able to pay attention and pick up on those little things.
I agree.
That will let you okay, this is how this situation may be business wise. So I think, again, you got to be able to gauge that with the person that you're with to make that determination as to whether they're going to be somebody that you can go into business with and have them as part of the business.
Prenup or no prenup?
If we are on completely different levels,
yeah,
prenup, absolutely.
So she make more than you wouldn't.
If she make more than me and she wants that, I'm cool with it.
Cool.
Because I already know I'm always gonna have my own.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you think?
Yeah, what you think?
I'm prenup. I'll tell anybody date me prenup.
Mr. Keys?
I've never thought about it.
Well,
so
this is
certified lover boy. You never thought about it?
Well, here you are. The spotlight is on you. They watching.
I don't
and
know.
listening.
I think that I will choose my next partner very wisely.
That means no, ladies.
Okay.
So I don't think
so they gonna get your bag.
I honestly just don't. I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I agree or disagree with it.
I mean, listen, if you disagree with it, be real, nigga. If you
I just don't think that, I think that I won't need it.
That's cool.
Next time around.
I mean, there's loopholes around it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If there's cheating clauses and all type of stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, fellas watching this, get trust. Put your stuff in land trust. Overseas as well.
Yeah.
To be specifically safe.
They talking about checking these bank accounts.
I know.
Right.
But yeah, I would do it, but I would still put it in there that they're gonna leave with something. I would tell somebody to leave with zero.
You're gonna leave with what you came
I'm not.
You're gonna leave with exactly what you came with.
Nah, because the thing is that, like, I know if I introduce them to a certain lifestyle or whatever, and we've been married, and if they have really been holding me down, because us, we got some down days, and them down days have been really holding us. You know what I'm saying? And then my income has increased a lot more, because your income tends to like super go up higher and stay more stable when we're in a relationship. That's how it is.
Right.
Because, we out in the streets, we spending money on bottles and all that type of stuff, whatever. Right. Too much, right? So your income does go up like crazy. So if it was a situation like that, I'm married, stuff like that, I'm going to give her something. I'm going to make sure she's straight, because at the end of the day, I did level up because this person was in my life.
Right. And I think that also depends on how the relationship goes. If that person is somebody who had your back and things just didn't work out, then yeah, you should make sure that person is good. But if it's somebody that just literally ran over you and just at the end of the day.
Okay. So we talking money.
Yeah.
Joint accounts or individuals?
Again, I went to counseling, right? They talked about this. Should be 3.
Okay.
Your account, her account, our account.
How do you know what you put in the joint account?
I mean, again, it all depends on what y'all agree to. It all depends on what you agree to.
So if she say, I want to put $100, you say, all right, well, I want to put $1,000. When it comes time for that, who gets to choose what to do with the money?
If you making $1 million and she only making $100,000, it makes sense.
Okay, so who has the final say though?
Nobody has the final say.
If it's
the thing about it is, if you going into a relationship, and again, I know you. By the time you go in a relationship, it's just like I said, you ain't gonna need no prenup. This person is gonna be square,
be well vetted.
Away.
Oh, absolutely.
So at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship with somebody, it really is supposed to be 50-50. It ain't nobody's opinion.
Well,
it's
marriage,
supposed to be,
not relationship. Marriage.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So I mean, but if you're in a relationship,
But in
you're
a
not.
relationship,
I'm not
I mean-
doing a joint account in a relationship.
Nah, not a relationship.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
marriage, though.
we're talking
Okay,
marriage.
yeah, but marriage, yeah,
So again,
absolutely.
if we're talking marriage, then the
Yeah.
decision is 50-50.
That's true.
Your opinion weighs just as much as mine.
Right.
Paper, scissors, rocking at the end. Well, some people call it, what is it? I say paper, scissors, rock.
Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper,
scissors.
scissors.
Everybody else is rock, paper,
Yeah.
scissors.
All right.
I mean, but yeah, in a marriage, I definitely feel the same way. Like, I'm cool with having 3 accounts, because my business account versus the personal account is going to be different anyway. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. And see, that's what I was thinking about
Yeah.
because when it comes down to it, like, I don't want to incriminate myself or talk too
I'm
much.
broke. All right, my
Yeah.
personal account is.
That's what I'm. But that's the thing. If you think about the wealthiest in the world, Jeff Bezos, yeah, they don't have money. They businesses have all the money.
Yeah.
But that's another episode.
Right.
But I think that's where it goes back kind of to the question where you say, all right, do you let them see all the finances of the business?
Because you end up like a Dr. Dre situation.
Yeah. So I mean, now that I say it out loud, I can I see what where you was going with that. Because it does make it a little more difficult. Like if something for some reason, for whatever reason, it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Now they like, oh nah, he got this, and this. I want it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if she's not listed on the business, she can't.
Yeah,
really
but
get that.
it depends. I mean, Florida's a 50-50 state. Well, as far as children, I don't know when it comes to marriage or whatever, because every state is different. Cali, they coming for you.
Oh yeah, Cali. They there's no way.
There's
Cali got a whole. For one, they got too many taxes. But yeah, that stuff
Mhm.
too.
Mm.
I heard in Switzerland you can get married over there. I think it's Switzerland if I'm not mistaken. You get married over there. If y'all want a divorce, y'all just sign papers and walk away. You don't have to worry about anything. No matter if you got property together or not. You literally sign divorce, boom. I honestly think though, like we're just in times. The reason why I say times is different is because one, marriage back in the day meant more because we needed each other. There was very much clear understanding. The woman stayed home with the family. They cooked and cleaned this and that. And then the man, he brought home the bacon, whatever. Cool. I know they say, oh, men have more access because of social media. Yeah, but listen, your great grandfather was cheating too. Okay, let's just be real.
Oh yeah,
He was hitting the old girl down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them was having kids with him, and they still stayed for the family in different reasons or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that I'm saying cheating is fine, but there hasn't really been change. Our brains have still been the same. Men have still been wired the same for how long, right?
Yeah.
But the women and the men wouldn't leave because they both need each other. A man, no, he can't lead a household by himself if he at work.
All right.
But see, now with the stuff that's going on with women now becoming bosses and everything else, and they're like, oh, I don't need a man and this and that, whatever. And even men sometimes seeing that they got so many options, I think that's the dynamic of why stuff don't work like that. And so like nowhere from and you've been married before, so you can tell me, but I don't remember when you're saying your vows or anything, it says anything about happiness in the marriage. And women will literally leave a marriage because they say they're not happy. But yet you didn't sign up for happiness. You signed up a commitment through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, the stats, 85% of women are the ones that are initiating divorce. And the main reason they don't say it because you can't list it on there, but it's because they're not happy.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, marriage or not?
Good question. For almost my whole life, I was like, no. I went and saw a hypnotist.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I need you to hypnotize me and move my fear of being married away from me.
Mm-hmm.
She said, no problem. We did exercise and everything else. I left. I literally didn't have that fear anymore. It was crazy. Like the exercise that she did. Because what happens is that your mind, whatever you focus on, it expands.
Mm.
Think about this. You see a Tesla. You're like, damn, it's in your mind now, Tesla. And all of a sudden, now you start seeing these Teslas. You're like, damn, I keep seeing a Tesla. Because whatever your mind focus on expands. What was happening with me was I kept hearing people divorce, horror stories, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And then I met an Uber driver that told me he was driving Uber because he left $60,000 in his account and his wife was divorcing him. He came back and the money was gone. And I'm like, I'd be damn, took me 60 bands. Shoot, we're gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And so all of those things was leading me of like, nah, I ain't that seemed like a trap to me. You know what I'm saying? But now I feel totally different. I honestly believe in marriage. I would do it, but it would have to be a lot of conversations of how do we resolve problems, making sure financially they understand money, you know, and a couple other things. And then if that was the case, then yeah, I'm cool with getting married. I'm solid because I ain't divorcing. That's with me. Right. With me, well, I don't care what we get into.
Till the wheels fall off.
We stuck. If it's up, we stuck. That's how I feel. So
yeah.
What you think?
Oh yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
You know, certified lover boy.
Yeah, you're right. I already knew you.
I think at the end of the day, like you gotta pay attention to the red flags that you see and realize that it's not a carnival. Even though you may enjoy roller coasters. So
I like that bar right there.
I think that you pay attention to that stuff, you won't end up in a situation that is going to end in divorce. You know, I mean, yeah, stuff happens down the line. People fall in and out of love. But I think if you continue to, you know, treat your relationship or whatever like it's brand new. And like I think the biggest problem with people in relationships is people get comfortable.
Correct.
You know, you get comfortable and you forget to do the things that you did to get that person. And
forget, or were you just putting on the front when you first met that person?
That too.
Well, you know what?
That too. But the thing about it is, I think that a lot of times people see it, they just ignore it because they're like, oh, I like this person so much, or they like what this person represents, whether it's, you know, money, power, respect, whatever. They like what that person represents rather than thinking about who that person really is.
Right.
And I think that all of us here and all the relationships that we've been in, all of you people out there, if you think about all the relationships that you've been in that went wrong, I'm sure that you saw something, some things that were big red flags that you just overlooked because you were so content on making something work.
I mean, I agree. They also say that people change every 5 to 8 years. So you also got to look at that. Think about who you were when you was in your 20s, about who you are now.
That's true. And I think that statement is true in the earlier years of life. But I think once you get to about 40, 45, man, it's over, man. You ready to put your Kango on and you ready to get your fanny pack and just have the grandkids and you just ready to just enjoy life at that point.
So you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm ready. Give me my Kango. Listen, I shaved the middle of my hair out right here.
Oh,
just
man.
it's like, nah.
He's okay.
But yeah, man, I think it's I'm with it. The short answer, yes.
I got another question.
But
before that, we got to go.
He didn't answer.
I was about to say we got to go.
He needs
before we go to the next question. We got to
marriage, yes or no?
Okay,
ladies is watching.
This is a complicated. Nah, it's not complicated. It's just all right. So my thing is, I've been engaged before. After that, I said, F marriage. It scared the shit out of me. I am now. I'm thinking about like life partner. So when I think about marriage, or what marriage is now, is different than what it was. So what marriage is supposed to be is a covenant between the man and the woman and God, right? Now the government's added in. You got to sign a marriage. You got to apply to get married, which means you're asking for permission to get married. quick history lesson. Marriage licenses. They started back in the day. One reason, to generate more money for the government. Second reason, to prevent interracial marriages. Because the application, you had to fill it out. You had to basically ask them for permission. So when you do an application, you're giving them power over your marriage, which is why if you get divorced, they can tell you who gets what. So that's the piece that I have, that I struggle with. Could I be with one woman for the rest of my life? Absolutely. I can. The part, them possibly being able to take what I've worked my ass off for is what scares me.
Yeah.
So, traditional marriage, yes, I'm for it. Have no issue with it.
Modern marriage, you like?
Modern day marriage, not so much.
I respect that. I respect that 1,000% because nobody wants to sacrifice. We already sacrificed enough to get where we at.
Exactly.
And to have somebody come in and then snap of a finger, that joint is gone.
Somebody could wake up tomorrow and say, I think I want to go be with somebody else.
I saw it happen.
It happens every day.
Yeah. I don't blame you. But see, that's why I said trust, having things in other accounts overseas and stuff like that. You got to be able to do that. That's just some wealth creation type stuff too. But like, yeah, because that was really my main reason why I was like, nah, but yeah, it's having those conversations to make sure that they're not going to be on that type of time. In a sense.
And that's why I say you got to be my best friend.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get that now because everybody wants to rush right into it. Like, nah, I don't want to share you. I want you to be mine. But you don't even know me.
Right.
We haven't had no disagreements. I don't know how you handle conflict. You don't know how I handle conflict.
Right. You know what it is, though? Somebody said something the other day. I was watching the live or something. They were talking about it. And the thing is that women, they date with intentions. Right. So we gonna, coming to see somebody, we look good. We're gonna be like, all right, let's see what they on. We take them on a couple date, hit, whatever the case may be. We trying to figure them out. But a woman look good. You got his stuff together. His mindset cool. You already like on the radar of somebody that's a potential already. Especially if they already in that, mindset. Them 3 joints right there, you a potential. But for us, we like, yo, hold on, man. We got to see how things go. You know what I'm saying?
That just, okay. Let's say you go out on a date, right? Smash the first night. Can you take her serious? Can you make that a wife?
I can. I'm going to tell you why. Because I used to be the opposite. Like, nah, I ain't. I need a woman to know, to go after what you want. Don't make me wait. So you might get my respect. Back in the day, no, but now you get my respect a little bit more.
Mr. Keys?
Yeah. Sure.
Wait, so that's a yeah, like you gon' wife, you smash on first date. Y'all leaving the club, you take her home, knock off, she wifey material.
The way he's looking right now.
What's up, man? Huh?
Oh man, this is hilarious.
Bruh. So the world is watching.
They are.
Sure. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, it depends on the person. Like, again, you have to be able to gauge while dealing with this person. Is this something that this person does on the regular?
All right.
Because some of us have persuasive powers.
True.
Some of us.
We all do.
You got to be
saying, but some
so.
people have persuasive powers, or they like you feeling the vibe, and it's like you can tell.
Right.
if a person is does this on a regular or not. I think so. Can the two of you agree with that? Can you tell?
No.
Some girls are good, bro.
No.
Be honest with you. Some girls is good.
No.
Not all the time.
No.
Sometimes I can, but sometimes
females are better at it.
they really
They
are
are.
better.
They
really
are.
better.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, again, I think that through the process of getting to know that person, you're gonna be able to learn who this person really is and learn if that's something that they probably did on a regular, or if you was just special.
And that's what I want to talk about. So we talked about dating entrepreneurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most female entrepreneurs, a lot of times when they're single, they're just like us. So you got to understand, going to dating a female entrepreneur that's been single for a while, ain't like she ain't been getting sex. It ain't like she been getting dick down. Somebody be hitting it. And so you're going to deal with, like, you know, especially as somebody, an entrepreneur in the city, you may have a couple bodies. You know what I'm saying? So are y'all willing to deal with that too?
I'm okay with that as long as it's not one of the homies. As long as it's not somebody that I kick it with, one of my close friends.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I understand. You know, everybody do their thing. So
right. Okay, I'm same way. But I think Brian different. I think he not going for that.
Could you be with a woman that's been with one of your homies?
No.
I mean, I couldn't either. But let's say not one of your homies, but you know that they got bodies though.
Huh?
Like, you know, like
that they got bodies?
Yeah.
Nah, man. Nah. I mean, what are we talking about as far as bodies?
So
I mean, I get it. Everybody has a past.
Yeah, everybody has a past. But let's just say they a boss up entrepreneur in the city. But there's been talks that 3 dudes that you know, but y'all not homies, have hit.
I don't know how to think about it. I gotta think about it. I gotta see who you are, how you are. I gotta think about it.
Because would you want to have a girl, you know, you put it on your social media, you going out, and you might run into somebody that smashed.
Right.
You know
Would you
what I'm
pursue it then?
Why are all the questions directed to us?
I mean, you haven't given a straight answer. We did. So that's why.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, I liked the untouched fruit. I'm sorry.
Everybody does.
I'm the type of guy that likes to. I don't want the person that, you know, the popping people in the city done popped.
Right.
Sorry, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Nobody wants to pay full price for something that somebody paid half.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Sorry, I get it. Everybody has a past, but personally, I don't want it. I'm good.
Okay. So you got to go out of town then.
I'm not saying I got to go out of town. I'm just saying, like, if I know your history and there's a few people, Vic being one of them, that I got to know you have not dealt with.
Right.
Okay.
You know, again, I get it. Everybody has a past, you know. But again, if I know a lot of the dudes you've been with, no. Even if they're not my bro, like, I still gotta walk in wherever and shake this person's hand, and this person's like, they give you that hug that Drake talk about. No, man. No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
It makes sense now.
Hey,
So
man.
maybe I do have to go out of town.
You might have
Tampa
to go out
is
of town.
this big.
I was about to say.
Tampa this big.
Yeah. It's at the end of the day, it's hard dating as an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
It's extremely hard. Like you said, we have limited time. We come up with a lot of resources for women. So, you know, it's tough, but
options. A lot of options.
we do have a lot of options, more than most.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you know, I believe that also knowing ourselves, knowing what, you know what I'm saying, what makes us tick. And I feel like all of us will eventually find that person that, you know, be like, it's all worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's all worth everything.
Well, if you're that person and you're out there watching this right now, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel.
Absolutely.
Hit the
And-
little notification bell so you know when we drop new videos.
And DM at MVP Vic.
Oh, Lord. Hey,
Dino's about to be flooded.
man.
Don't message me. I'm good. So,
And don't message me. I'm not available,
So I'm the only one.
basically.
All right. Well, y'all know what to do.
Yes. Make sure y'all like the video, like you said, if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching or listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. Okay. We want y'all to do also, too, is tag us. If wherever you're listening to us, let us know where you're listening to us. Tag us on Instagram, Triple Threat Podcast, the number 1, Triple Threat Podcast 1. Okay. Tag us on Instagram. Let us know if you wherever you tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram page as well too. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you comment below if you like this. Let us know your struggles. Let us know what struggles you have as dating, especially for your entrepreneurs out there. But anyways, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We got a lot more guests, a lot more episodes coming very, very soon. We appreciate all of y'all subscribers and listeners that have been rocking with us from the bottom of our hearts. It's your boy, Chris Bruce, aka Detroit Mogul.
Vic Gurley, aka MVP Vic,
Your boy Brian Keys, aka BK609.
certified lover boy. Hey, and we out.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
I used to look for the rainy days to help wash my pain away. Now I don't make a payment late. New estate got my name on the gate. That's what my